Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a question that's definitely sparked some conversation. Should the United States add a colored component to its flag for DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion?
It's quite a provocative idea.
It is. We'll be sifting through some fascinating perspectives, looking at national identity, symbolism, the cultural landscape. It's all drawn from one insightful article.
Right.
Our mission today, explore the arguments for and against, look at the practical side, maybe some alternatives, so you can really get informed on this complex topic.
And it's so important because national symbols, well, like the flag, they aren't just cloth, are they? They really embody values, history.
Cheaply held thing.
Exactly. The American flag currently, it's got the 13 red and white stripes for the original colonies.
Right.
And the blue canton, 50 white stars for the 50 states.
Design that's been stable for a while now.
Largely unchanged since
Right.
1960. Yeah. And for so many, it's this enduring symbol of freedom, unity, democracy, core American values.
So altering it, that definitely taps into some fundamental beliefs.
It really does.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The arguments for adding a colored component. What's the core idea from proponents?
Well, the main argument is that adding color could be a way to visually reflect the nation's growing diversity.
Because the U.S. is much more multicultural now than in, say, 1960.
Precisely. So proponents see adding a colored element, maybe representing different racial or ethnic groups, as promoting inclusivity.
Acknowledging everyone's contributions, especially maybe marginalized groups.
That's the idea. It's framed as modernizing the flag, making it reflect today's social fabric, especially with ongoing conversations about race and justice.
Okay, that makes sense as the why, but then the how. What would it actually look like? That seems incredibly tricky.
Oh, it is. The article mentions some interesting visual concepts, like imagine the white stars, but maybe one point is shaded a different color.
Just one point. Subtle.
Or maybe each of the 5 points gets a different hue, kind of a mini rainbow within each star.
Wow, okay.
Another idea is using multiple colors within the points, specifically to represent racial diversity. But what's fascinating is how quickly these ideas bring up problems. Like, do you change the number of points? 6, 7.
Oh, right. That changes the star itself.
And where does the colored point go? First star, second, third. Which shade of color is right?
Yeah, the specifics get complicated fast.
And then there's the idea of maybe filling the whole star with color, not just the points. Does that represent population size then?
Yeah.
It gets complex.
It sounds like it. You mentioned China's flag.
Yeah. The article touches on their yellow stars as maybe a similar thought process, using color and form symbolically. It shows this isn't just a U.S. question. It's about how you visually represent a diverse, changing nation.
How do you capture all that in one symbol? Okay, so lots of design challenges. But moving past aesthetics, there's the whole argument about what the flag already means. What about those who say leave it alone?
Right, the opposing viewpoint. They'd likely argue the flag is, well, sacred, a vital symbol of national unity.
And changing it feels like.
Like an unnecessary politicization of something cherished, something that stood the test of time. They emphasize the existing colors already have deep meanings.
Red, white, and blue.
Exactly. Red for valor, bravery, white for purity, innocence, blue for vigilance, perseverance, justice.
So the fear is adding new colors might dilute those meanings.
That's a key concern, that it could complicate or even overshadow these established, deep-rooted meanings.
But haven't flags and symbols always evolved? Couldn't this just be the next step?
That's a fair point and part of the debate. But critics would stress the American flag's evolution has historically been tied to adding states, adding stars.
Ah, okay. A different kind of change.
Right. Introducing a new layer of meaning, specifically for DEI, feels different to them. Potentially divisive even.
Divisive how? Alienating people.
Possibly. Alienating groups who deeply value the current design. The worry is it could fragment the unity the flag is supposed to represent, sparking arguments about identity instead of strengthening it.
I see. Okay, so beyond the symbolic weight, there's the practical side. Changing the flag. That's not simple, is it?
Not at all. The article points out it's a massive logistical and financial challenge, often overlooked in these debates.
How so?
Well, first, the government has to oversee a design process. Imagine that discussion.
Oh boy, yeah.
Then, think about the cost. Replacing flags everywhere, government buildings, schools, military bases, public spaces.
Millions of flags.
Millions. Redesigning, manufacturing, distributing them. It's an enormous undertaking, logistically and financially.
really puts the scale into perspective. And what about the argument that we don't need to change the flag to show diversity? Are there other ways?
That's a powerful counterargument.
Yeah.
That the U.S. already has many ways to represent and honor its diversity without altering the flag itself.
What examples does the article give?
It mentions things like national holidays, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Native American Heritage Month, Pride Month, also monuments, other symbols celebrating specific communities.
So the nation's diversity is reflected in its people, traditions, laws, institutions.
Exactly. The argument is these things already highlight diversity effectively. So the flag can remain this single unifying symbol for everyone.
Okay. That makes sense as an alternative perspective. Now, the author of the article we read actually suggested ways people could pursue this flag change idea if they wanted to.
Right, showing how it could move into public action.
Yeah, things like designing your own flag, starting petitions, trying to get Congress involved, or even just starting a private movement with the design. It shows the potential path forward for advocates.
Roadmap, essentially.
So, wrapping this up, where does this leave us? It's clear this isn't just about adding a color stripe or changing a star point.
No, it's much deeper.
It really digs into whether a national symbol should primarily reflect its history or its current evolving population. Adding color could seem more representative to some.
But others worry deeply about diluting meaning and creating division.
Exactly. And we have to remember, the current design has served for over 60 years. And as you said, there are many other ways the nation already honors its diversity.
Which brings us to a final thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to consider.
Okay.
Beyond the practicalities, beyond gut reactions, what do we really ask of our national symbols in a society as diverse as the U.S.? How do you balance that evolution with tradition? And how do you even measure the impact of changing such a potent symbol on identity, on unity? It makes you think. How much can a flag change before it stops feeling like the flag for everyone?